He's an armchair expert. He's an armchair expert. He's an armchair expert. He's an armchair expert.
Guys, thank you so much for being a part of the Christmas special.
We're so happy to be here. Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
And we showed up in our Christmas pajamas.
Everyone came festive. I didn't even have to tell people to dress up. They just did.
Well,
That's how you know you've invited the right people.
yeah. Oh, okay. Well, all right.
And then Scotty, of course, really delivered because, as we know about Scotty, he's a big Star Wars fan. So he found a way to be both festive Christmas-wise and still honor the Force.
Absolutely, with the new movie coming out soon.
honor the force.
Well, you got it.
We're promoting Star Wars here today.
right.
That's what we're doing.
Well, really all things Disney, I think.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
And now that there's a plus,
Oh,
there's enough to go around.
there is so much
Do you
to
watch
go
The
around.
Mandalorian?
No. Is it good?
Well, you're not a big Star Wars fan.
I'm not. I feel very
Are you, Mon?
I'm not.
missed out
You
on
know.
Ish, yeah.
Said the Disney lady over
I
there.
know.
Yeah. No, I like it.
it. She's going to get a call from Bob Iger directly.
Don't people think you love it? Did you
Well,
randomly?
I used to because
Okay.
I used to be. I did a movie about Star Wars
and it was
fandom
so good.
called Fanboys.
Yeah. How great is that movie?
It's pretty good. It's
we
pretty fun.
love you and that movie, and we love that movie.
Yeah.
Produced by her ex-boyfriend, Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin-
Did a great
Kevin
job.
Mann,
Kevin
really
Mann.
nice guy.
A
They were
wonderful
together
producer.
for 6 years.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Congratulations to him.
What do you think about this? 2 Christmases ago, we were in Oregon. I was listening to NPR going to get snacks. And there's a story about that mice, they sent them through the maze and they had their brain hooked up to electrodes and they were recording the impulses. Then they put another rat in the maze with the helmet on and played back the impulses and the rat knew the maze. First time in the maze. So what they had really done is recorded the mice's memory of learning the maze.
How? Like through wave? Like through
Electric
like
impulses.
vibrations?
Yeah,
on
it
the-
recorded the electrical activity,
Yeah.
and then it played it back to the new mice who had never been in the maze, and they could do it like in half the time.
Okay, so I have something that's very similar to share with you. On 60 Minutes, like a year ago, they had this guy who created this mind reading thing. So like the guy from 60 Minutes asked the question, our favorite guy from 60 Minutes.
Scott Pelley.
Scott Pelley.
Pelley, yeah.
Scott Pelley.
Yes,
Yeah,
Scott
yeah.
Pelley. He was
We love Pele.
he's the best.
So big.
Yeah.
Enormous.
Yeah.
235 pounds of muscle.
He's very sexy.
Yeah.
He's just focused, is
Yeah.
what he is. So he asked the guy, this guy was like wearing some device on his head, right? The guy goes, ask me a question. He says, okay, what's the population of Indonesia? I don't know, some crazy question. And the guy thought of the answer and it printed out on the screen.
No.
Yeah. It's
No.
crazy, yes. Remember that?
I remember
You
it.
can
It
Google
was
that shit.
Wow.
It's unbelievable.
So when I was hearing the mice thing, I thought, oh, are we nearing an era where we can record our memories? And then I went straight to monetizing it because I'm a greedy little pig.
Same.
And you know what I thought? I could sell sexual experiences with Kristen Bell.
Oh, God.
Oh my God.
Do you know how much
You're
guys would pay around
Merry
the country?
Christmas, guys.
Yeah.
It'd
Merry
be a
Christmas.
full memory of like getting her
$1.99
naked.
each one.
The whole thing. It would just come right out of my head into yours, and you would have this memory of having slept with Kristen. Don't you think I could make several $100s?
Yeah, so you just
At
have the
least.
memory of it. You
6
don't have
or
the
7.
experience of it.
Isn't that enough sometimes just to like think back of some joyous experience?
It's
sexual.
all. That's what everything is anyway. Just brain waves moving.
Well, with this new technology, though, where remember it was sort of controversial when it came out where you can manufacture someone's voice and now you can manufacture
Oh, yeah.
someone's face. And I heard last night at our White Elephant party, the context we saw it in was like they were having a presidential speech and they made him say a bunch of mumbo jumbo skibbity pops. And it was like, oh, you could really put anything in anyone's mouth. And on that topic, they're using it in the porn industry where they're putting celebrities' faces, heads on girls,
Oh,
and it seems 100% real.
And you're one
they're
of 'em.
Putting anything in anyone's mouth, if you know what I mean.
Do you know you're one of them?
Yes, I do.
Wait, you are? Ew. I
Ashton
hate
told
that.
me this while we were shooting. He goes, you know, Kristen's been animated in some porn. And I had no idea. And it just occurred to me I didn't tell you when I got I'm just now realizing I never shared that
It'd
with
be
you.
cool if you hit me up with stuff like that, just so
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
tell
Just
my
a little
lawyer
heads
and stuff.
up.
Yeah. Was it good?
I didn't see it.
Let's pull it up.
Everyone
let's just
pause the broadcast.
I'm so Googling that. Like, yeah.
I mean,
It's so
that's
on topic.
crazy.
Christmas, presents,
porn.
porn.
Wow, wow, wow.
So I just want to bring everyone up to speed. Scotty is your husband.
Yeah.
We were lucky enough to ruin the wedding.
Yes.
Do you remember this?
What do you mean ruin it?
You did.
Well, we brought Lincoln.
our daughter
and she,
ruined it.
She
Yeah,
was
but that didn't ruin it.
She
That was-
ran up and down the aisles.
I loved it.
During
It
the
was great.
ceremony?
Yeah.
during the vows. I had
okay.
to take her and move to your driveway, if you recall.
No, it was lovely, and there was a total of like 11 people there.
Yeah, it was really, really intimate.
Yeah, it was
Very
nice.
exclusive.
Yes.
Yeah, and it all
I
lasted-
love
Hottest ticket in town.
exclusive
lasted like
things.
7 minutes.
It was the perfect wedding.
It was lovely. I loved it.
How long ago was that?
2014.
Oh my God, coming up on 6 years.
Fast
6
math.
years ago, yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that wild?
Yes, next year you guys are going to get real itchy.
Hello.
Oh, yeah.
7-year itch.
Oh, boy.
Yeah,
Scratchy scratch.
Well, with these clothes on, I kind of feel it already. We're wearing wool.
That's not wool, is it?
It's a,
It looks like fleece to me.
Yeah, I
it looks-
think it's fleece.
It's
it's a mix.
It was a bit,
It's a
you
mix.
guys.
sorry.
it's a blend.
Yes, and
That's all right.
yes, it is wool, and it looks
That's
great.
right. My 60 minutes bit's going to get cut, so we can just keep talking about mice.
So as you know, we're gonna and when I say we're gonna sing, you guys are gonna do the brunt. Of
You're
the
going to
singing.
sing. Everybody should sing.
Well, no, we're going to do the watching, and you guys will be doing the singing.
Okay, ready?
Okay, but Kristen, would you please introduce our in-house musician?
Yes. Well, we have a very special guest because David Schuler runs the music supervision on a new show that I am working on called Do Re Mi, which is a preschool children's music education program on Amazon that won't be out till December 2020, but we have a lot of fun. And David has written all the music, and every single song in this children's show is like a sick Justin Bieber hook.
It's a lot of songs.
It's a lot of songs. How many songs have you written?
54. With,
Oh, my God.
Jackie Tone and I.
Well, I was just gonna say, last year's Christmas guest, Jackie Tone, is also involved in the show.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
yeah.
Created by her and
Yeah.
some other. Yeah.
And Mike
Uh-huh.
Sharf,
yeah.
and we've had a really fun time. And we sit in the booth and
How
I
long do we
sing to
have you,
Dave.
Sean? Four more minutes?
He looked at his watch.
I can repeat every single thing you said. No, I'm getting something out that I spoke to you about.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
But Dave, we're very happy to have you
So
and
excited you're
very
here.
grateful.
Thanks, a miserable bunch of people, really.
That
it's just
you're here.
fantastic. I love it.
Should I go down in the basement and join in on the drums, but from downstairs?
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna
all right.
pass.
Okay, everyone's
Pass.
passing. Hard pass.
Now, let me ask you this. This street is very, 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 very busy.
This is the third time you've mentioned it. You hate this
You don't
street.
like
No,
it.
I
Yeah.
love this street. I just figured with the
Privacy.
billions of square footage available in the city of Los Angeles, you picked this spot that's near a lot of traffic.
Doesn't bother us.
We got a good deal on this
Yeah.
house because there's a bus stop in front of it, and none
we're
of
on
these
an
people
acre.
were
Keeps
buying
getting
a
better
bus
and
stop,
better.
and we were going, "What the hell's wrong with the bus stop? If we need to take the bus, we can grab it right there.
I love
it's
it.
perfect."
You try to start your car, the
He
battery's dead.
will-
You go, fuck it. I'll
I'm
walk 4
sold.
steps to the bus.
No,
stop.
it's a good thing, and it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't selling because of that and a variety of other reasons.
You love a
Most of them
deal.
all-
You have high standards. Cause
No,
you-
I don't.
Well, you do because your
Sadly.
house is the nicest house in Los
No, no.
Angeles. I've been to it. I can say so.
No, I live
But
on a
his
busy
road
street.
is. I was just gonna say
Yeah,
you're acting like you live on a country
but
road.
First of all, calm down because it wasn't busy when we bought it.
oh,
Let's move on.
But we're getting approved for speed bumps.
If you guys really,
Yeah,
Oh.
that is true.
It's
That's
true.
good.
I would just like to point out Kristen Bell is applying lip shiner for a podcast.
For her singing, it's imperative.
It's also because my lips were dry,
it reduces turbulence as the wind
Yeah.
leaves her mouth.
and because it's gorgeous, it feels nice on my lips.
That's right.
It looks nice.
Thanks.
I like
It
it.
does look really pretty, actually. Do you mind if I borrow some?
I would just also like to say, and I think that Christmas episode is really appropriate because it's like giving thanks and thinking about it.
Yes.
You three, and I'm talking to Wobby Wob, Monica, and Dax, have all worked incredibly hard on this podcast to make it something that is worth listening to propose new ideas, new ways of thinking, keep an open mind, have on experts, have on interesting people. And I see the work that you guys do, and it's been so much. And because of the community that has wanted to listen to you and your ability to monetize this work, we were able to buy a new house, which we're very grateful for. And then Monica bought her first house, and Rob bought his first house.
I
and
mean,
I just,
right.
I
It's
mean,
really all because
It really is
Armchair
great.
that's what that's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
because of the Armcharies that you guys have this wonderful job job, and that beautiful Monica and gorgeous Rob bought houses for their families.
Oh,
that's
that's
like
amazing.
something to be so grateful for, Armchair.
Are there any openings at
We're so
Armchair Expert?
thankful.
You can send your resume.
The Armchairs are
We'll
the
look at it.
best.
Would
They're
you
the
have a
best people on the
podcast?
planet.
Yes, I'm. Who isn't having one? But yes,
Right.
I'm starting one next year.
Oh, you are? And what's the
are.
theme?
That's to come.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
Ooh,
Okay, great.
it's in the
TBD.
works. I'm part of a company called Sonic Cloud,
Okay.
which I don't know if you know, but the Armchair Expert is on the Sonic Cloud feed. And Sonic Cloud is a revolutionary technology for personalizing sound on your phone or laptop or music, streaming videos, podcasts, phone calls, all that to make the audio crystal fucking clear like you've never heard. And even if you have severe to profound hearing loss without the need of hearing aids or captions.
That's,
my
wow,
God.
that's
Cool.
amazing.
It's unbelievable. And the Armchair Expert is on the list.
Oh.
Wait, you know who can listen to it because of that? Our friend Nicole, who's also my stylist and a very good friend of ours, her dad just got cochlear implants and it was a big deal. And she told me all about this surgery. He hasn't been able to hear in years and got one, and you have to relearn how to hear things.
Right.
But he's still deaf in the other ear, and that's like a perfect.
This is revolutionary.
Wait for him
to
It's
listen to this.
unbelievable.
That's
You
awesome.
got to check it out.
Has anyone heard the podcast Invisibilia, the episode How to Become Batman?
No.
This is about a boy who was blind. He had cancer when he was 4 or something, like ocular cancer. And he learned how to click his way through the world. He makes like clicking noises with his mouth, and he can tell.
Sounds like sonar? Like a
Yeah,
bat?
like he exactly. Like he can tell how far things
Echolocation.
are. Echolocation, that's exactly what it's called.
Wow.
And he started doing it when he was 5 years old, and he rides a bike.
Oh my God.
He climbs trees. Like he goes through the world like anybody else.
I saw this. Yeah, we just saw this. I saw
Really?
this. That's a new technology too.
Well, it's
Clicking with your
No,
mouth?
no, there's a new technology for blind people
Oh.
that is like a sonar kind of thing.
yeah, but probably started because of some of these people, because he's been teaching little kids. He's like on this crusade to teach blind kids how to go through life. But the whole episode is about expectation and how the rest of us have expectations of blind people that they can't see, obviously. So everyone does everything for them. It's just about how expectations can really limit you in a big way. It's so interesting. And that just reminded me. 'cause
Well,
you
do you
were
guys
talking
ever
about
think
deaf
this is a
people.
very provocative thought? It's a dangerous conversation. But do you ever think, I'll read these stories about people who later in life discovered they were autistic, but they didn't know it till like 45 or 50 because their kids now are autistic, and they'll see the test and they'll take it themselves, and it occurs to them, oh my God, I'm autistic. But they were never labeled that, and they just somehow found a path. Now, I don't want to say we shouldn't label people, but it always makes me think, like, what is the cost of labeling anybody anything? Does it limit your expectations? You're out.
It's a very
Bye.
interesting line of thought.
It was part of The Big Short, that movie. And there was a book I read, and the only guy who bet against the subprime mortgage-backed securities, and he made billions of dollars. He had a glass eye. His entire life, he doesn't like talking to people because he has a glass eye, and he's
My mom.
self-conscious of it, okay? Your mom also has a glass eye.
Ocular cancer, yeah.
Yeah. There's a theme tonight, ocular
Wow,
cancer.
wow, wow.
So he is a savant. He is a brain surgeon, but then he starts trading stocks for fun. And then he starts publishing this blog. And then his year-to-year earnings is off the charts. And he gets approached, why don't you manage a fund? He manages his fund and he says, I'll do it, but I do not want to communicate with the clients. I'll only email them because I have this glass eye and I hate talking to people.
Right, right. Because
So what-
he's self-conscious, people stare at him. Blah, blah, blah.
Yes. So his son is having problems at school. They send him to a specialist. Specialist says, your kid's autistic. He says, no, he's not. I know what autism is. I was a brain surgeon. He goes, look, here's the criteria. Here's the questions. You tell me if you think he's yes or no to these. He reads it and goes, oh my God, I'm 100% yes on every one of these.
Wow.
It never was the fucking glass eye. I was
wow.
autistic. That's why I don't
Oh.
like talking to people. It has
Wow.
nothing to do with the glass
Ah,
eye.
yeah.
And you just wonder if that guy had been labeled autistic and taken out of whatever
Would he have been
mainstream.
encouraged
would
to
he
be
have,
a surgeon?
Right,
would he have
right.
done all the stuff
Right,
he did, or
right.
would he have? Would his parents have
Yeah.
had limited expectations?
I don't talk to people because I have IBS.
because you have IBS.
Yeah.
Sure. Oh, that's generous of you.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
or is it the IBS?
That's what I'm wondering. Okay, so let's sing a
us-
song.
yeah, let's get some
sing
music.
a song, and then I have some fun Christmassy questions for you guys.
Love it.
Santa's coming for us. I don't know this, so
Sounds
once you
scary.
sing the chorus,
This-
maybe we'll come in.
This is a Sia song.
oh, okay, so we're-
we did a
okay.
music video of this, and I have not been able to get it out of my head for when did we do that? Last year or 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
But when we did this music video, we played mom and dad, and there were 3 kids, and they were all like 15.
It was so fun watching them.
It was super fun watching them, and we at one point said, "How old do you think we are?" Just out of curiosity, how old do you think we are to the kids? And they looked at us and they were like, I don't know, 50.
And they were sincere.
And we were 37 at the time.
Yeah,
I
it was a
think, yeah.
paradigm shatter
was
for
cool.
my
Wow.
self-image.
Fantastic.
And we'll just wing this because I've also never sang this out loud before.
Sure.
Okay. Nights are getting shorter now, hot chocolate fills the air and Christmas cheer does too. Pick a merry old Christmas tree so lovely. The joy this Christmas brings to you.
2, 3,
Oh,
4.
oh, 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 oh. Maybe this one can't be sung.
This is a hard one,
This
Mama.
just shows Sia's talent.
Honestly, but maybe it can't be done because you need all the layers of and I didn't even kiss oh. Singing to the deer in the sky, singing as they jingle, jingle, jingle tonight, singing in the moon, set it free. You're the angel on the top of my tree, singing to the spirit above. Sing your heart out with all of your love. Santa's coming for us.
Santa's coming
Santa's coming for us. 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 Oh, Santa's coming for us.
Great
That's a
job,
tough one.
guys.
That
was-
wow.
I like
Good
that.
That is a tough one.
Wow, that's
Really
a
good.
doozy.
But you know, I tried
Really
to
pretty.
choose some that weren't as standardy as we've done before. Should we do another very short one? Dave, will you do this one?
What's that one?
Here's-
Oh, yeah, sure.
Here's the thing. What I kind of want Dave to do this one because he proposed singing this song and then he sent me a little demo of it and I immediately was like, oh, no one should sing this song but Dave because he sounds so great on it. So I kind of want him to do this one.
Let's
oh,
do it.
great. Sean hates me.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, your troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, your troubles will be miles away. So have yourself a merry little Christmas. Just an abbreviated version.
No, but I love that. I love
That
your
was
take
nice.
on
Very.
it. It's so
That was really cool.
soothing.
Love it.
This is what went through my head when Kristen Bell was just singing that song, if it stays in.
Yes, it will.
It's astonishing to me that this girl is drop dead gorgeous,
Mm-hmm. Go on.
crazy talented actress, incredible human being, and then she opens her mouth to sing, and this unbelievably gorgeous sound
Unicorns fucking fairies comes out.
comes out. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
unbelievable that
Are
you've
you
Well,
been
you know
blessed
she's
with
AI,
so many
right?
things.
Do you know she's AI?
That I know. I didn't know. That was going to go next, but I didn't know we could reveal that. That is
You're
amazing.
giving me a little bit too much credit.
Well, I am.
No,
but-
no.
No,
You can
that's
do
right.
all the things that any performer could ever do.
Do you have
It's
to-
maddening.
Yeah, it is crazy.
But here's a great topic because it's about our own self-image, right? So you
Yeah.
can clearly look at her and you can see that. And what
Yeah.
you just said is objectively true. And you have no idea that you are a world-class comedian. One of the funniest human beings to ever be on TV. Fuck yourself. You're going to listen to this. And then you go on
Comedy's
Broadway.
subjective.
You go
No,
great.
no,
Yeah,
no,
but
no,
not
no.
with her. It's
Rob,
objective with
turn
her.
off
and-
Sean's Mike Wallace. and have him say-
Yeah, so
Okay.
you're one of the funniest guys to ever be on TV. You have fucking Emmys and shit. You were on Oprah. There's no denying this. And then you go on Broadway. I hate going to Broadway shows. You
Yes,
know this about
I
me.
know.
I go see you sing in this fucking, what was it?
Promises.
Oh, promises.
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 By the way-
Promises.
I may have said this last time, but one of the funniest things you've ever said to me is when my mom came to see the show and she had Alzheimer's, and Dax comes backstage and he goes, "Thank God it's called Promises, Promises."
Oh God.
I look at that as a
So
sign of our
dark.
closeness.
Yes.
Do you remember saying that?
Yeah. In thinking as I was saying it, are we this close?
Yes.
And then when you started laughing, I'm like, oh, good, we're this close. But yes, you can sing like a motherfucker. You're unbelievably talented on the piano. It's crazy. I've seen you do all this. And yet,
cute as
I'm
a button.
He's very attractive.
Yes.
He's got
And
a
you're
big hog in his
magnetic.
pants.
Yes.
You're magnetic.
Tell me
Big,
about
thick,
it.
girthy hog. And big, veiny, girthy, hairy hog.
You guys,
Merry Christmas, everyone.
are you guys intimidated by my tan?
But
I like it.
Are you wearing khakis underneath those pajamas?
Long Johns.
I'm wearing lawn
But
johns.
this, no, I mean, I hate to say that all roads lead back to Frozen 2, but they do. And there's a line where Anna says, "Oh, Elsa, when are you going to see yourself the way I see you?"
Yeah.
And that's really the lesson here, because you gave me all those wonderful compliments, but I mean,
they're literally the same
the
compliments
same
for
compliments
you.
we would give to you.
Okay.
Do you want to ask a Christmas question?
I do. Okay. Sean and Scotty.
Yes.
Yes.
First of all, I know that you, Sean, grew up pretty modestly.
That's an understatement.
That's
yeah.
an understatement.
Yeah.
Yeah. As we learned on your wonderful episode of this podcast,
Yes.
Dad wasn't ultra present,
Yeah.
and there was some brothers and a
Yes.
sister.
3 brothers and a sister, yeah.
That's right. You were broke. You were poor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No heat in the winter. That we covered that.
Yeah. But and then Scotty, your dad was in the military.
Yeah, he eventually retired as a colonel in the U.S. Army. But
Right.
I'm an Army brat, moved 17 times and went to 3 high schools. You know, it was an interesting life, but you know, I wouldn't change a thing. It actually was great. Lived all over the world.
Scotty's dad worked for Colin Powell, and Scotty went on a date with Colin Powell's daughter.
No.
Wow.
No way.
That's so exciting.
Yes, I did. I went on a date, and it was high school or college. I think it was high school. Yeah, senior in high school, and you know, and
My competition's pretty stiff.
imagine the approval, you know, the process. But I was living the life of a single, only child Army kid, you know. So it was a lot of
Were you guys in the D.C. area?
yeah. At the time, my dad was working for Colin Powell and outside of D.C., or he was there at the Pentagon, but we were living outside of D.C.
And so your dad and Colin got together and said, you know what? Let's put these two lovebirds together. Is that how it happened?
Exactly.
Oh, so they were playing matchmaker.
I think they were, yeah.
And where'd you take her? Shake Shack? Or?
I don't know. And it was fine. It was lovely, and it was very presentational. You know, that whole
Sure.
thing.
Did you
And
kiss? Did you kiss at the end?
I think there might have been a peck or two. Yeah.
Wow.
great. He said pecker.
A pecker.
Well, you know, as Jess has shared on here, you know, Jess, he hooked up with girls in high school, and he could like fake a lot of it. And then once it got down to that triangle, he was fucking out. So your dad was comfortable. You had a comfortable upbringing.
Yeah. Very, very middle class, you know, upbringing, and it was wonderful, and the white picket fence and all of that.
Yeah. Okay. Now, do you have a favorite present you remember from childhood?
Yes.
Oh, bing! He got it right away.
So
Oh my
quick.
God! Can I guess?
Yeah. Well, you probably can.
It's Star Wars themed.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's always he always guesses, and I get mad that he's gonna guess, and then he's always right.
You hate it. You hate
I
it.
hate
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Okay. What was it?
Well, okay. So for those who are real fans and grew up and could see the movie back in the day, there were no toys available for Christmas after Star Wars came out. They didn't anticipate how big of a
pre-order,
movie
yeah.
it was going to be. And so you got these sort of makeshift box, here it comes soon type of things. But anyway, it was the following Christmas, right after Empire came out, that it was just an onslaught of Star Wars toys. And all I wanted was the big Millennium Falcon.
Sure.
And so we got through Christmas, got a couple things, got some action figures, got a remote control, this and that, whatever.
Little foreplay.
and then that was it. And there was debris and trash everywhere. And the sadness on my face was so huge. And my parents, cheeky as they were, they said, "Hey, why don't you go grab some of the trash bags out of the closet over there?"
Oh, yes.
And I went in there and I literally fighting the tears. And then I opened the thing and there it was. And I screamed. And I got it.
Oh, this is such a
That was
best.
2 years ago.
Sean,
Yeah.
favorite Christmas present?
When I was really, 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 really little, I went upstairs to my mom's closet to find, to look at the gifts before she wrapped them. And I saw a Smurf doll. That was pretty cool.
Oh, and it was for you.
It was a stuffed animal Smurf, yeah.
I too grew up pretty broke, but my mom pulled out all the stops for Christmas.
My mom.
That was the one day a year we lived like
same.
kings.
And I don't understand the concept of digging yourself so far into debt
I'm so
for the
grateful.
love of your children who are supposed to love you anyway without gifts.
I'm so grateful for it. I think it's why I have such an affinity for Christmas.
Yeah, I do
It was
too.
the one
I do too.
day of the year we were like, we're loaded.
Yeah. And my mom was just,
Killing herself.
Mom, we don't have a phone. The phone was turned off and our car was repossessed.
Yeah.
But we still got, Matchbox cars and
I love it.
crazy.
Aw, what parents will do for their kitties.
won't do, yeah.
And also, won't do. But I want to hear Sean and Scotty sing since we were
Yeah, I
just
do too.
praising their.
Let's do it. Let's sing it.
Does anyone want to? Does anyone need
Pull up the
lyrics?
Oh, yeah, I don't know the lyrics.
Yeah,
Well, that's
let's pull that
going to
up.
be an issue probably when performing the song.
Want to do it here?
Just reread the description of SoundCloud.
It's the best.
See if you can read that description in the
Melody of It's a Wonderful
melody. You should really try because I honestly think if there's anyone in the world that could do it, it would be you. With the Sonic Cloud app, you can hear really well, even if you are deaf.
Chris,
It's the most technologically advanced.
I gotta close my eyes. I'm in Vegas.
That's my Elvis.
Nice.
It's amazing. Here we go.
Okay.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Frosty the Snowman was a jolly happy soul with a corn cob pipe and a button nose and 2 eyes made out of coal. Frosty the Snowman is a fairy tale, they say. He was made of snow, but the children know how he came to life one day. There must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found. What for when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around. Frosty the Snowman was alive as he could be. And the children say he could laugh and play just the same as you and me. He led them down the streets of town right to the traffic cop.
And he paused a
Moment when he heard them holler, stop!
Stop.
Frosty the Snowman had to hurry on his way. But he waved goodbye saying, don't you cry, I'll be back again someday.
Yay!
Do you know Rudolph?
It's pretty much the same.
It is?
Yeah. We can go straight in.
I'm
It
going to do
is.
Rudolph as Michael McDonald.
Okay, great.
Oh,
that.
wow.
I think you did this last year.
No, did I?
You did it at a live show,
Oh.
but you can do it again.
I don't have many tricks. I mean, eventually
how
we're
did
going to
that-
run out.
How'd that key feel, Mike?
What? Okay. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I don't know what a key is. So there's a duet. Michael McDonald, whoever you are.
You know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen. But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose.
Like a light bulb.
And if you ever saw it, you would even say it glowed.
Like a light bulb.
All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names.
Like Pinocchio.
They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games.
Like Monopoly.
Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say,
Ho, ho, ho.
Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then how the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee.
Like the toothpaste.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history.
Like George Washington.
Amazing.
Wow.
Okay,
Wow.
we got one.
That's incredible.
Good. Great job, honey.
Yeah.
What was the toothpaste part?
Glee?
Well,
You mean
Gleam.
Gleam.
Gleam was a toothpaste.
Remember backwards they go, Meagle.
Meagle.
that? Wait, that was a commercial.
Yeah, they read it backwards.
Oh, wow.
Like, what if a commercial for Taco Bell was Lebo Cat?
Or Taco Cat, which would be Taco Cat.
What?
Oh, really good.
Oh.
Is that a
Did you
gift
just come up with that? Whoa.
That's kind of known, isn't it?
Yeah,
what-
Hey, but this is a really different
Oh,
one.
Taco
What's
Cat.
race car backwards?
Race car.
Oh my God, you know all of them.
I love it. What's 2020? Kidding.
Palindrome.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
Okay, Mama.
Mhm.
Can you think of a very awkward family Christmas situation that happened?
Yeah, I've always been into regifting
Okay.
because my mom's family and my dad's family and always split it. And it was very different because at my mom's, it was very quiet and it was just us. And at my dad's, I had two older sisters who were, as older sisters should be, pretty brutal to me. And we would stay up all night Christmas Eve and they would make me, I was the lightest one because I was the smallest. They'd make me go down the stairs so that it didn't creak and half open all the presents and report back to them at like 4 a.m. when I was like 6 years old, what everybody got. And I'd have to sort of rewrap them and squeeze back up the stairs. But the point is I had 2 different Christmases and sometimes I would re-gift Christmases one to the other.
Sure.
When I, was like 12 and couldn't shop. And I remember that I had gotten a picture frame with like numerous pictures inside it, like one a circle one and a rectangle one. And it was like a little before
Yeah, sure. I know
photo
exactly
walls
what
existed.
Before gallery walls.
Yeah, before gallery walls. It was like an encased gallery wall. And my grandma, my step grandma had gotten it for me. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. And then that night I wrapped it back up and I took it to my mom's house and gave it to her. And
To
when
your
my
mom?
when my
Oh.
stepmom dropped me off, I was humiliated because she took it out of the car, like helping me with my bags, go back to my mom's house. And I could see that she knew exactly what it was. And she sort of asked one like mild question of like, oh, what'd you get her? And I was like, nothing. And then just like ran in
boy.
the house.
Did your mom love it?
I think so. Yeah.
She probably still has it. In fact, it's probably now at our house.
Yeah.
Because Kristen's mom visits often, which is wonderful. She's a great grandma, and we love it.
She's
But
visiting
she
right
does-
now.
She's there right now, yeah.
And every time she brings 2 large suitcases. One of them is her clothing, and another one is Kristen's belongings.
What if you were like, one of them's Kristen?
Then Kristen gets out. But she's slowly been bringing all the stuff she's
Yeah.
saved over Kristen's life, and it's now in our house.
That's so
Wow.
nice.
But the great thing is now that I see it all, I do keep the things that were important. Like she just brought this like baby crib that's probably about 1.5 feet long and 8 inches wide that my grandfather made for me.
In 1983, July 18th, on Kristen's 3rd birthday.
And now my girls are using it and they're putting the dogs in it and
nice.
stuff. And it's really cute. And so it's kind of nice.
But now that we
Nice.
have, now that we have
lovely.
kids, I can see doing it because I already miss so bad them being even littler, and that's gone, and it's just going
Yeah.
to continue to disappear, and all we will have is these little objects to sit by
Yeah.
ourselves and hold.
I find that in terms of keeping stuff for them, I try to pick and choose. I save a lot of their artwork, and then the things they want to save is all trash.
Yeah,
Like they
of
want to
course.
save the like styrofoam colored cup that they markered at school, and they're like, "That's my keepsake." They learn the word keepsake, so now if you touch
They've
any of their
weaponized it.
stuff, they've weaponized the word keepsake.
That's
That's my keepsake. Like when they're
That's
fighting
hilarious.
with each other.
Food.
And
Food,
yeah.
whatever meal they're
She
eating.
touched
is
my
their
French
keepsake.
fries. Those are my keepsake. It's awful.
Now,
I love
Monica,
that.
in Atlanta, the Padmans,
Oh.
first of all, I can't imagine your parents, well, your mother growing up probably celebrated Christmas, yeah?
Yeah.
But your dad didn't in India?
I don't think so, actually. I don't know. We've never
He
talked
couldn't
about
have,
it.
right?
Well, he could have.
Well, legally, maybe.
Yeah,
but the odds of
it
him
wasn't
having-
band there.
Okay.
There's a lot of Christians
There's not a
there.
war on
There's a
Christmas
lot of
in
Christians
India
there.
like here? Do you guys do Christmas Eve or Christmas morning?
Morning.
You do morning?
Yeah.
And where would you go to Grandma and Grandpa's on Christmas
No,
Eve?
always at our house, and then we'd do Christmas morning, and then everyone would come 2 hours later, and then we'd do Christmas
Proper.
dinner. Yeah. Or
Okay.
lunch, brunch.
And do you
Yeah.
remember a favorite present?
I always get really good presents.
Yeah, you're really
My family's
spoiled.
rich.
Do you know her grandma gave her $60,000 when she graduated high
Okay.
school and just said,
Graduated
"Here's
high
60
school?
Yeah, here's 60 grand
Is your family really wealthy?
No, they're not. And it
by our
wasn't-
standards."
They were comfortable. They weren't like wealthy. but
They're
were
upper middle
comfortable.
class. My grandparents saved a lot of money. They came from India and they were very like scared. They
Yeah.
lived in like a scarcity mentality. My grandfather was a professor, and so he would get pension. So they saved a ton of money. And then when I graduated high school, it wasn't 60,000.
We think
It
it's probably
was.
60.
I think it was 30. My mom thinks it was 50.
And
The
I
fact
think
that it's
60.
questionable is a problem.
Yeah.
But they gave me and my brother. It wasn't like congrats
I'm
for
sorry,
high school.
Graduated high school, you got that. Okay.
It was just like now's a time where we're going to be giving you money. Like people put money in trusts or whatever.
Right.
It was just like, okay, now's the time.
But it
I'm
wasn't
putting
to
some-
spend on college. It was just for you to save or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you ran through it in her first years in Hollywood. It was a great.
Not all of it, but
br-
it helped me big time.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
But present, do you remember a really
Oh.
significant present?
It's weird because I like things so much.
I
You'd think I would
know.
have a very specific memory, and I don't. I mean, I kind of vaguely have this memory. Oh,
Oops.
okay. So
Spoiler alert.
spoiler alert if you have kids in your car. When I still believed in Santa, of these like flat, like flat Stanleys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't even know what a flat Stanley is.
This-
A flat
this story.
Stanley is something that you make at school, like in kindergarten, and then they give it to the parents or the kids when you travel to take pictures with monuments and people.
Oh,
And
it's
stuff.
like made out of paper or
It's
whatever.
based on a children's story.
Yeah.
Black
Got
Family.
it. Flat Stanley.
Oh my God.
flat.
I don't know any of this.
Really?
Really? Didn't you read that? When
Of
you were a
course,
kid?
I've taken 100 pictures with different flat Stanleys.
Yeah,
Really?
same,
Yeah.
Oh wow. Well, this was just like little cardboard flat characters, and then there was like a little house, and you played with it. But I remember Santa bringing that, and it was a very big box, and I was really excited about that. But that's really the only one that
I
stands
remember getting
out.
the Michael Jackson Thriller album. I thought that was
Oh, that's exciting.
pretty exciting.
I don't know if you watched the documentary. I've never been more amazed with two people's fucking bravery.
Unbelievable.
Sharing
Incredible.
that story. I
Incredible.
like wanted to somehow reach out and just go like, oh my God, I'm enamored by
Yeah.
your bravery.
Yeah, incredible to go on and explicitly.
No,
I
that's the
know,
part. Like I'll
explain.
admit on here all the time that
Describe.
I'm molested. I will not give someone a play-by-play of what happened.
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
think I'll ever. I don't think I've told Kristen.
I
a
think it's,
play-by-play.
but I think it's a way they did it to heal themselves. and-
Yeah.
right. And
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then also that's somehow how it got completely beyond a shadow of a doubt to me that these two would have the exact same story. Like all of his
Right.
weird things, the
Right.
methodology, you're like,
You
oh, it's
can't-
the exact
You
same.
can't dispute it.
right.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Merry
What were you going to
Christmas.
say?
Merry Christmas. Yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas,
I was going to
everybody.
say there was one year where because my mom was a single mom for many years, and she worked really hard on Christmas, and I think it was the year that I had gotten a bike for the first time, and I was probably 5 or 6, and she wrapped everything up and stayed up all night doing it as a single mom. And in the morning, when I opened all my presents, I noticed there wasn't anything for her, and I said, "Ooh, you must have been real naughty this year. Oh, Santa didn't bring her a damn thing. And she said after that time, she made sure that she put out gifts from Santa to herself as well. Oh, she's
Don't you
a
now,
nice mom.
Now that we have kids, you just think about your single mother doing all that.
I
on her
know.
own.
Yeah, it's hard to fathom. I think single moms are superheroes. They really
Absolutely.
are. I mean,
Sure.
moms in general, like I'm a working mom, and I think working moms work really, really hard. It's like I'm stressed all the time. I can't even imagine people who don't have any help. And then I think about, oh, what if you not only don't have help, and by that I mean like babysitters and nannies, daycare, anything, to not also have a partner to do it with, to be doing everything by yourself, which means you are not only the breadwinner, but you are the doer of 100% of the
That's
things.
my mom.
Those are superheroes.
Yeah, 5 kids, as you well know. Like,
And the house was relatively clean, right? And there was food, 3 meals a day.
not all the time. Okay. But yeah, that's going back to the Christmas thing where she would just like fill the house with presents. I'm like, how is this possible? You're never home because you're working all the time. When you're not working, you're cooking. When you're not cooking, you're cleaning. When you're not cleaning, you're barely sleeping. You know, I don't know. She was like her own fucking Santa Claus. Like, it was a miracle.
Now, when you bought her this house, you bought her a really beautiful house.
Yeah.
Did you coordinate that with a either birthday or a Christmas or anything? Or are you just like middle of May? Where like, here's this house.
Totally. I mean, we discussed it, you know, and I bought the house we grew up in, and the one to the left of it, and the one to the right of it, and I tore all 3 down.
Oh,
and I
that's
built that big thing.
amazing.
Oh,
Yeah, it was the biggest
Sean,
mistake in my life.
No, it's so sweet. Honestly,
No,
You
I'm
good
regret
daddy.
it? You regret it every day?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
And please share once again the reaction your mom had.
I moved her into a condo or an little apartment while it was being built, right? For like a year and a half or whatever it was. And this describes my mother to a T. I had a whole move that bus moment, you know, like a big reveal, all brand new furniture, like top to bottom, turnkey, pots, pans, everything.
Like a
Didn't
TV
do-
show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't need to do anything. You got a brand new house with brand new furniture, brand new pot, everything. It was amazing. And she walks in, and, you know, she had one eye, right? You know that because she had her
Or
glass eye.
autism.
Yeah, or autism, yeah. The jury's still out. A little too late because she passed away. But so she walks into the house and she sees it and she's overwhelmed. She's crying her eye out, right? and she walks in. Crying her eye out. And she walks in and she puts her hand on the couch. I'm not making this up. She puts her hand on the couch. Well, first she goes, "Oh my God, nobody's done anything like this for me in my entire life." And she puts her hand on the couch. She goes, "I don't know that I would have picked out that couch."
Oh, that's perfect.
Genius.
Well, what nice comedic timing she has. I wonder if you got your sense of humor from her.
Oh yeah, she was
100%.
hilarious.
Really?
Yeah, she was hilarious.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway,
I had the pleasure of knowing her for a wee bit of time
Yeah.
before she took a turn, but yeah, she was a great woman, super funny.
And then your job, of course, was making her laugh because her life fucking sucked raising you 5 kids.
Yeah,
and you were
yeah.
trying to lighten the mood all the time.
yeah, I remember this. Scotty just made me realize this the other day. You know, my dad left when I was like 5 years old or 6 years old or something like that. And so my mom would sit in the dark in the living room every single night, pitch dark, because it was very dramatic to do that, and cry. And so at 5, 6 years old, I would walk into the room every single night and say, "Mom, are you okay? What do you need? Do you need anything?" Blah, blah, blah. And Scotty just made me aware of this like 2 months ago, where I'm constantly asking people,
Oh, yeah.
especially Scotty, "What's wrong? Is something wrong? Are you okay? Is everything okay?"
Yeah.
Right? Isn't that wild?
Yes.
Yeah.
Armchair expert.
Well,
Yeah.
it is.
Exclusive.
Exclusive.
Yeah, you get primed.
Now,
Yeah.
I'll go even deeper. Do you think you subconsciously sought out a partner that you thought needed your assistance or your help?
Yes and no. I mean, I think I sought out other relationships in my life, whether it's friend, family, coworker, whatever, that fulfill that, whether it's healthy or not.
Right. You're
More likely or not, it's not healthy. It's what I've discovered.
Yeah. And Scotty, what do you do to Sean that you've realized is like reliving your childhood?
Oh my God, to
gosh.
fucking
Dressing
watch
him
those
up in Star Wars.
movies.
I know.
memorized. By the way, Scotty's so amazing musically because he writes music too, just like you, Dave.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he composes and produces music. And I'm not making this up. You put in any movie while we're watching it, and he'll go, He'll hum the music in the
score.
background of the
Wow.
scene where most people are watching the scene.
Yeah.
He will hum note for note at the entire movie.
It's
That's
a little
amazing.
Rain Man-ish. I'm not going to lie.
It's cool.
It's kind of free. It freaks myself out sometimes, and I'll be sitting there watching it. You know, I mean, like what?
But that's
But it's fun.
That's serendipitous because Sean, you originally wanted to compose scores for
Yeah, I
movies.
did.
Yeah. And Scotty, were
Yes.
you pursuing like right out of high school? Were you pursuing music?
You know, I kind of was. I'll back up, and this is no surprise. The first record album that I ever got, because I asked for it, was 7 years old after I saw Star Wars, the double album by John Williams of Star Wars. That was my friend, and I listened to it and just over and over. And what happened was I fell in love with this composer, his music, and every time I'd see a movie that he did a score for, it was sort of that thing where the second time I watched it, suddenly I'm humming the scene, or I'm listening to the score and I'm quoting dialogue from the movie that I've only seen once. I mean, it's pretty sad. I've gone out on dates with girls, right? You know, so we're going to the movies, we're going to a dinner. But I'm not playing cool pop music on the radio. I'm actually playing scores
Dave
while
Grusin?
we're going, or whatever. And I look back on that now going, God, I was so like a dud of a date, I'm sure, for these girls. Because I'm like, oh, wait till this part. Hear the strings, here they come. You know,
And
I'm
then
such
the
a
date's
nerd.
like, "Ooh, here's the door, there I go.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, these horns are going to come in like a freight train. Are you buckled up? Are you buckled the fuck up? They got 9 brass instruments on
That's
this
right.
track.
Listen to those French horns. Yeah, so I did study music in high school, junior high, and played trumpet, played baritone, euphonium, and did all those things. But I went into college with a real sort of mind for like, I want to make films, I want to do TV, and I want to do music. So I had to pick one and stick with it. And I thought, well, maybe their safest one out of the 3 was maybe to go into television. At least there's a lot of things to do in television, and that's what I did. But I always wanted to really dive hard into music theory and all that sort of stuff. So everything I've done just through basic studies and whatnot, but I'm such a fan of music that I think there's a part of my brain that is triggered working on music that it just flows, it comes out, and for all intents and purposes, it works. You know?
Yeah, you get into a state.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's interesting about that is if I was drawn to something and it was one of those composers, like so many people start bands because they see a shitty punk rock band and they go, oh, I think I could do that.
Yeah.
And then they try it and then they get better and better. But if the first thing you want to do is John Goldwyn, is that his name?
John Williams.
Tomato,
oh my
tomato.
goodness.
Totally fine.
Jim Williams. JJ Williams. If that's the first thing, if that's what you're setting out to do, the bar's pretty fucking high.
I know it is
Yeah.
high. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, JJ Goldsmith.
Hey, JJ Zimmer, we're going to go back to one.
But yeah, no, it's true. And I'm not going to lie. I pull a lot of inspiration from him. And I've had a few moments here and there to really kind of pull some inspiration because up until now, I haven't had large opportunities to do some big orchestral things. But once in a while, there's something big. And
You did the history of comedy on CNN, the theme for the history of comedy.
yeah, and that's kind of a big orchestral thing. And I immediately pulled from John Williams' theme for Amazing Stories. You know, it just was one of those themes that has always lingered in my head, even though the series was sort of short-lived. And so I had 30 seconds to work with, and my partner and I, we just kind of said, you know what, that's really a great little capsule of music that he did. So it definitely is our inspired beacon, you know, when we did that.
We just did on Will and Grace, it'll air in 2020, we did an I Love Lucy episode where we each play the characters in this flashback kind of thing. And we couldn't license the actual music, so we had to record it over. So we went to Capitol Records, and there was a full 20-piece thing that Scotty
Oh,
conducted and
cool.
arranged.
Yeah, it was really
part
fun.
Oh, that's
early on, yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we had no sheet music to work with, so we had to actually transpose everything and just kind of listen to it. Okay,
With
let's
these-
focus on the horns and write it out.
With
Yeah.
these crazy famous
Oh,
horn players and
horn players played for Stevie Wonder, Phil Collins, you know,
Wow.
Earth, Wind and Fire. I mean, you name it. They were Michael Jackson's Thriller album.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
it's really crazy.
you
These
want to be
guys
starting something.
Yeah, you gotta be.
Also, Scotty
Yes.
composed something for Baby Director. Now I'm
That's
forgetting
right.
what it was.
But Scotty's done me so many favors.
Yes.
But that's why your nickname in town is Do Me a Solid Scotty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get another
Let's-
song.
yes.
Don't be afraid of the classics.
Okay. This one I prepared for Daddy.
Because she said earlier she was afraid, and I said, just it's okay.
You give the people what they want.
Yeah, I
you
know,
know?
reason
but
why
I
the
was I was
classics.
thinking of you of
That's
ones
right.
that you would like.
Oh, thank you.
How about you have this, and I'm pointing to Kristen. Mm-hmm. You have this at your disposal to sing anytime you want.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
it's
not
like
allowed
free.
to sing in the house.
That is not
Are you
true.
serious?
You are so encouraged to sing. That was one of my main complaints about you the first 6 years we were together. I'm
That's
like, why don't you sing all the time? I'm cracking jokes for free.
That's true. I'm not talking about you. You very much encourage me to sing. You know, one of the cutest things you ever did was early on in our relationship when I was like nervous to sing around you. And I was really just belting it out in the shower, and you were saying sing around me, but I was genuinely nervous. You said, you know what I want you to do for my birthday is learn like an old Irish blessing song.
Yeah,
And sing it for me. And I never did it. And I need to
Well,
do
guess
that.
whose birthday is coming up in a
Yeah,
week?
yours.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to learn one really quick. Met my old lover at the grocery store. The snow was falling Christmas Eve. I stole behind her in the frozen foods and I touched her on the sleeve. She didn't recognize the face at first, but then her eyes flew open wide. She went to hug me and she spilled her purse, and we laughed until we cried. We took her groceries to the checkout stand. The food was totaled up and bagged. We stood there lost in our embarrassment as the conversation dragged. We went to have ourselves a drink or two, but couldn't find an open bar. We bought a 6-pack at the liquor store and we drank it in her car. We drank a toast to innocence, we drank a toast to now. Tried to reach beyond the emptiness, but neither one knew how. She said she'd married her an architect who kept her warm and safe and dry. She would have liked to say she loved the man, but she didn't like to lie. I said the years had been a friend to her, and that her eyes were still as blue. But in those eyes I wasn't sure if I saw doubt or gratitude. She said she saw me in the record stores and that I must be doing well. I said the audience was heavenly, but the traveling was hell. We drank a toast to innocence and we drank a toast to now. Tried to reach beyond the emptiness, but neither one knew how. We drank a toast to innocence and we drank a toast to time. Reliving in our eloquence another old lang syne. The beer was empty and our tongues were tired and running out of things to say. She gave a kiss to me as I got out and I watched her drive away. Just for a moment I was back at school and felt that old familiar pain. And as I turned to make my way back home, the snow turned into rain.
Oh.
I mean, that's unbelievable. unbelievable.
Everyone's eye is wet.
Yeah.
Just like your mom.
Beautiful.
Everyone's crying their eye out.
I feel
love that
honored that I got to sit next
Oh.
to that, singing right next to me.
I
It's
had
true.
goosebumps galore.
That was unbelievable.
It's a pretty, pretty song.
Yeah.
It's an underutilized Christmas song. Or I also feel like it's also an underutilized all year round song because it's really the yacht rock Christmas theme
A
song.
sub genre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Is that song? Did I interpret that correctly? That they were lovers, and then something went wrong, and they bumped into each other.
Yeah,
now she's
or it's
married
just
to an architect.
It was
Just
just time they
time
were
passed.
dating in school, and
Sad
it's
song.
cute. The song, and then he wrote it, Dan
Dan
Fogelberg,
Fogelberg, yeah.
and he wrote it, and he it's a true story. It actually happened to
Oh.
him, and
D.D.
it's about
Fogelberg.
an old lover, and there's things online like people wrote him letters asking him if it was true, and like I think a kid wrote him a letter saying, what's the metaphor at the end? Does the snow turn into rain because after she's left, everything feels a little warmer because he saw her again? And he wrote a letter back to the kid saying, yes, that actually was the metaphor, and also a reality. When she left, it started to rain.
Oh wow!
Sad song.
Yeah.
I'm sad now.
Can I ask a hypothetical though?
Yeah.
So I go out to get groceries. You're like, hun, pick up some butter. I'm making macaroni and cheese. And I go, great. I'll be back in 10 minutes. And then I come back in about 4.5 hours.
Oh.
Yeah.
And Kristen goes, where were you, hun? I go, craziest fucking thing. I'm getting the groceries. They're putting them in the bags. I see Randy Hamina from 8th grade. So we go out and we grab a couple drinks. Then we got a 6-pack and we pounded 6 beers in the car. That's where I've
Well,
been.
Monica will have to fact check this, but I don't know that he had a lover at the time.
Only she did
Oh,
later
he was
later in life when
single.
He was single,
Yeah.
and that's
We
why
don't
he was
know.
noticing her, maybe.
Okay.
And I don't know. There's a lot. I like
then
songs
let's-
with interpretation.
Then let's reverse it. I'm the architect. You've gone out from butter, hun.
Mm-hmm.
You were supposed to be 10 minutes. You've been gone for 6.5 hours. What happened?
Well, look, she would like to say she loved the man, but she didn't like to lie.
she
You
didn't.
know what I
yeah,
mean?
She doesn't
so
love her
she
husband.
doesn't love her husband.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you go, oh well, hun. I just bumped into someone. I had 9 drinks in the car with them.
And he went, great, I don't care. Go to bed. That's what the architect says.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
I often think about how much I don't want to get divorced, but if I got divorced, I'm like, I could be so happy in this studio. I could just live in this box.
Sure.
It'd be so simple and manageable.
Yeah.
Nothing to worry about. What can break? There's nothing in here. Everything's already broke.
Yeah.
It's too late.
Yeah, except your soul.
Okay, Monica, favorite Christmas movie, go.
Home Alone.
Home Alone. Any reason in particular?
Just love it. It's great.
You
It's
just love it.
perfect. Yeah.
Scotty,
I mean, it's
Star Wars. David.
I was going to say it's not Christmas. It's Planes, Trains, Automobiles. It's Thanksgiving.
yeah.
I love that.
Holiday.
Love that movie.
John Candy. What a fucking sweetie pie.
Yeah.
Sean Hayes, favorite Christmas movie?
It's not Christmas at all, but we watch it every year at Christmas. Is Amadeus.
oh, yeah, you love that movie.
I
That's
love
your
that
movie,
movie.
right?
Film.
Yeah. But, F. Murray Abraham, I went backstage after It's Only a Play, which was that play that starred Nathan Lane and Megan Mullally and Matthew Broderick, and then Marty Short took over for Nathan's, and that's when I saw it. And F. Murray Abraham was in it, right? So I went backstage to say hi to Matthew, who's a friend, Matthew Broderick, and Marty Short, who's a good friend. And I said, oh my God, can you introduce me to F? I'm like, what do I call him? F? Murray Abraham. And so, I'm like freaking out because he won the Oscar for playing Salieri, and he was amazing. And he was such a huge part of my childhood, right, in that movie. And so I went up to him and I was like, Marty introduced us, and I was like, hi, I just want to say, Amadeus. And he stopped me. He goes, don't tell me it made you want to be an actor.
Oh my goodness.
And I go, oh, no. I just wanted to say I like you in the movie. But he was nice, I guess.
No, that's all like you.
Yeah.
Is he with us still, or did we?
He's still working a lot.
Okay, good.
Yeah. He was the guy that read all the sides during the auditions.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And then they
It's-
just
it's-
gave him the part.
Totally.
Oh,
It's total
really?
Harrison Ford as Han Solo. He read all the sides while everybody else auditioned,
Right.
and he was so good that they has, cast
What?
them.
That happened to Harrison Ford.
Well, Harrison
too?
Ford was a
Yeah.
carpenter on the
Right.
lot, right? Is that the story?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can watch a lot of the auditions for Star Wars and such.
That
And,
also
yeah,
happened to Tim Simons on Veep.
Mm-hmm.
The
It
tall,
did?
He
Tim
was
Simons
reading.
was the assistant in the casting office, and he was the reader. Yeah.
These are
Wow.
the stories that all actors like are desperately hoping for and never happen, but I guess it's happened 3 times in a big way.
And,
happens a lot.
Mama, what's your favorite Christmas movie? I mean, I think
Christmas
I know.
Vacation. Come on.
Christmas Vacation.
Christmas
That's
right.
Vacation all the way,
We
baby.
We
love
should
it.
watch that. Let's do it. Let's watch it tonight. We're gonna watch that tonight.
It's
Where are you going to
so
put that
good.
tree, Griswold? Bend over. I'll show you. What did he just say?
You got
I wasn't talking.
You got
to
a lot of nerve talking to me like that.
I wasn't talking to you.
The best.
Okay, that's the great. I'm going to go with Bad Santa, although it is Christmas Vacation, but you already picked that. So I'm going to go Bad Santa.
it's really funny.
Dave, favorite Christmas movie?
Die Hard.
Nice. Really nice
Oh
choice.
yeah.
thinks
It's
that
probably a
is a
tie with Home Alone because, again, John Williams sort of makes that movie.
Yeah.
Good.
But yeah,
Home
Die
Alone's-
Hard for sure.
Another counterintuitive one is Gremlins. I love it.
Oh,
They showed it
100%.
at ArcLight
Yeah.
around Christmas sometimes.
Do you think we can show the girls Gremlins?
Absolutely not. No,
Okay.
it is a very vicious
Yeah.
movie.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a double digit.
But they could probably see Fatal Attraction.
movie.
They have.
Basic Instinct.
But you showed them Raiders of the Lost Ark.
We had the weirdest experience. So one weekend, we're in a phase now where they're 6 and about to be 5, and we're like, they're kind of old enough for 80s movies, and hit or miss. You know, it's just a roll of the dice. So we show them Indiana Jones.
Wow.
Delta loves it.
Wait, the first Raiders. of the Lost
Yeah,
Ark.
Raiders
one
of the
with the
Lost
snake.
Ark.
We did, as I will say, we did fast forward through the face melting part.
The face melting part and the guy getting hit with the propeller by the airplane, the bald guy.
Yeah, but
His
you don't
face
see
is-
it.
Well, you see blood get spattered
I know, but you
everywhere.
don't see the thing.
That's true.
So wait, I can't believe they watched
Well,
it.
Delta loved it. Lincoln hated it and was terrified. The following weekend, we showed them
Fascinating.
E.T.
Yeah.
Delta was terrified of GT. That's what she calls him.
GT.
And we're not allowed to say GT's name in the house.
house.
Right. Don't say GT.
She thinks he's hiding in the stuffed animals and stuff. Don't talk about GT.
So she watched the whole the movie through the whole movie.
No, she was in and out.
She was in and out, and she had the covers over her face a lot. She just did not like his face. She did not feel his vibe.
You know, that's one of the reasons we talk about having. You know, we've had this ad nauseum conversation about having kids. One of the main reasons why we wanted to have them is to have an excuse to watch movies over again.
Oh,
Yeah.
believe me, we're there, and it's worse.
Some of them hold up, and some of them don't. Like we watched Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. It was great.
Home Alone,
The
of
Home
course,
Alones
is perfect.
all hold up.
Totally.
All the Back to the Futures.
All the Back to the
Yes.
Futures
Yep.
held up. The Uncle Buck did not hold up.
It wasn't
really sad. It
what
was
we remembered.
No, it was kind of a little bit of it was snoozy. It was a
Yeah,
snoozy
yeah.
movie. There were moments that were great, but it didn't hold up like I thought. Because when I thought of Uncle Buck, I was like, oh, we got to show him that. That's so great.
But also, then you showed them Pee-wee's.
Oh, that was
And
a
it was
huge misfire.
a
I thought Pee Wee
big-
Herman would be an amazing movie
Yeah.
for them.
No, why
Because
did
I
they
fell
like
in
it?
love with it around 8 or something. And then seeing it now with adult eyes, it's a little scary. It's like a fun house. And now as an adult, I understand what they can't figure out what he is. He's
Yeah.
an adult, but he's a kid.
I also I hadn't seen it,
Right,
And
and
so
you were
I
very
was
confused.
very confused.
Okay.
Does he have?
He's just
a
getting his
men-
bike back.
Yeah, well,
Right,
now
right.
now it appears that he might have a mental
Okay.
issue, like he's mentally challenged.
Yes.
It's like, are you
Oh,
watching
oh.
is the lead?
And then, are you supposed to laugh? Are you on his
Feel bad.
team? No one knows.
Now I'm a
Interesting.
gigantic John Hughes fan.
sure.
Like
Yes.
Well,
huge.
Chicago.
Yes, all of it. All shot around where I lived, near where we grew up. So I'm like, let's do a John Hughes marathon, whatever. Of course, Ferris Bueller's like, it will hold up until
The dawn.
the
Yeah.
end of the earth. But Pretty in Pink.
Oh yeah.
That
Yeah,
doesn't
unreal.
shock me, although I
doesn't.
love
You're
that
watching
movie.
it, you're going, I'm like, okay, waiting for some story beat that I can hook into. Not a lot happens, but I still love it because
Yeah,
when
the
I grew
nostalgia.
up, yeah, but just from a story point and all that,
But you know what has occurred to me now is that so many of those movies were the introduction of a music genre. So that had psychedelic furs and
Yes.
Pretty in Pink.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wasn't she pretty in pink?
Right.
So when you like separate, like part of the fun was discovering that song.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, he used Book of Love.
Yeah.
Oh,
And in Ferris Bueller, he used an instrumental of a Morrissey or the Smiths song.
Yeah, he
and
was
you're like,
hip.
wow, that's so cool.
Played
and
by.
by the way,
Remember?
Oh,
Played by.
Dream Academy.
Dream Academy. Hey, oh,
Yeah.
mama. They did a cover of it, and it was this beautiful instrument, and they had that oboe.
Wobby Wob, favorite Christmas movie?
It's Christmas Vacation, but since it's taken, A Christmas Story.
Oh, great.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
classic. It's a standard.
Yes.
The Christmas Story. A Christmas Story.
I'm going to tell you this thing really quick since we're talking about movies.
Yeah.
I did a movie called The Bucket List, right?
Sure,
So
with
on
some of the
thing-
greats.
Sure. And so while the scene was getting lit, it was me, Jack Nicholson, and Morgan Freeman, and Craig Zaden, who's a good friend, and Rob Reiner. We're just kind of all sitting around waiting for them to light a scene.
Waiting for them to put the green screen up.
Yeah, totally. Right. Every other scene, right? First of all, I called Jack Nicholson and Morgan Freeman my two captains, Captain Morgan and Captain Jack.
Oh, nice.
And
Were they into that? Like, were you finding any purchase with your comedy?
my very first day, I shot in a Bentley. They took the windshield out, and I was just me in the front seat. My very first day, me in the front seat, and Jack and Morgan in the back. Morgan's kind of running his lines, and Jack's listening to his earpiece.
Yeah.
The guy talking to him, and they were so both lovely, wonderful, kind, awesome men to me. But as my first day, when you have a joke in your head and you're like, should I do it? Should I not? Should
Is
I
it
do
too
Should I not?
early?
Yeah. Like I could bond with them super fast if I say this,
Could
or
be a
it's
real
going to go
shortcut.
south. Yeah. I'm going to get fired. So I turn around and I go, hey, maybe one day when you're successful, you can sit in the front. And
That's great.
They didn't laugh.
Nothing.
I got nothing.
Well, but probably neither of them even heard you.
But right.
I mean,
they were so
odds are.
focused. Sure.
Yeah.
Totally.
Distracted.
So then, like it was a week or 2 or 3 weeks later, I'm like, okay, so I'm warmed up. So we sit around while they're lighting a scene, and I go, hey, let's sit around and play a game. Let's say, I'll go first. You have to name a movie you're embarrassed to say you've never seen.
Oh, wonderful.
great.
game.
Okay.
Great game.
So
Great.
I'll go first. I've never seen The Godfather. Oh. And that was the end of the game. Because for the next half an hour,
no.
every crew guy, every single person that worked on the movie, dude, what the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me? You've never seen, this guy's never seen The Godfather.
Oh my God! What are you, an idiot? What do you got, a fucking sandwich stuck in your fucking brain? What are you, fuck?
So I never heard anybody else's answer.
Oh wow!
But I've never seen A Christmas Story, is my point.
Oh my God! Will you promise me tonight when you get home?
Maybe we'll watch that.
It is phenomenal.
It's so good. It definitely holds up.
It's phenomenal.
Okay, good. I'll see it.
Now, just really quick about being who you and I are, which
Yeah.
is I must get these people's attention and approval as quick as possible. Right? We're the same person in that way.
totally. I think people are either drawn to me because I am that guy who's just constantly running on anxiety 24 hours a day, or I'm that guy that people don't like because I'm running on anxiety 24
Right.
hours a day. So it's such a turn off to people. But
Heaven
so-
help the waiter that you and I have when we go out to lunch. That
Yeah,
poor waiter. Because
exactly.
they step up and we're like, we're both trying to like.
yeah, top hat and cane, like yeah.
I mean, but Sean's getting backstory. He's finding out. So, how long have you been here? Yeah.
With
With everybody.
any service.
That's so
But I like
friendly.
that.
Yeah.
I'm as interested in people as you are.
Yeah.
Except this group.
Yes, that's right. Okay, you have one more in you. Do you have another?
do we?
you have another
Sing
bullet in the
something
chamber?
else,
please. We were listening to the radio in the car, and there was an Elvis song on, and I got you, which is rare.
Yeah,
I
'cause
hit
you
you with
did. Yeah, you like that, Elvis. And also your face contorts in a really cute way.
Monica hates it.
And when I'm sitting in that seat, it's hard for me to stare at it when it's
I just want to
happening.
know what he was doing
I
with
have
his
no
diaphragm. You
choice.
guys are
I-
professionals. Was he going like, like the way he is throwing his diaphragm around? Isn't something happening medically?
He's contorting.
It's
or
more
something.
his face than his diaphragm. We're rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop.
There it is.
Mistletoe hung where you can see every couple tries to stop. We're rocking around the Christmas tree, let the Christmas spirit ring.
I'm sorry, we gotta start over. I ruined it. I thought. I'm sincerely sorry.
Yeah.
You're trying really hard and you're doing a great job.
I'm not mad.
And I made one fart noise. I thought my buddy could handle it and he couldn't. And I apologize and I rescind it and I take it back.
Okay, ready? Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Mistletoe hung where you can see every couple tries to stop. Rocking around the Christmas tree, let the Christmas spirit ring.
And later we'll have some pumpkin pie and we'll do some caroling. I'm immune to him. You
will get a sentimental feeling when you hear voices singing, let's be jolly, deck the halls with boughs of holly, rocking around
the Christmas tree, have a happy holiday. Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way.
I can't
It's like we're 10 years old.
It's like
Fart noises are funny.
Well, you know what it really shows is like no song is strong enough to add that in and still keep the song going. Like it's a showstopper. Oh my God. I'm so sorry.
oh, what a show.
All right, how should we land this plane, Monica? I got everyone's Christmas
thanks for
movie.
coming.
Well, hold on a second. Hold on. I was not a good steward of this group. So have you ever been alone on Christmas? Anyone?
What about Thanksgiving? Have you ever been alone on Thanksgiving?
Plenty. On another date with a gal?
Yeah, 100%.
Scotty, these are the cute. I want to do a full podcast of your dating history with girls. I mean, it's so sweet,
cool.
and I just
it's yeah.
And when you were on these dates, what's the mental racket going on?
I mean, it's
Hold the line,
hold
like
the line, keep playing the role,
Yeah.
all of that stuff. You know.
oh my God,
Yeah.
that is a very very specific version of compartmentalization.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard for any kid or gay person who's not out and trying to play the role, and also deep down not disappointing people.
Right, as a like people pleaser.
100%, but also as an only child, I had that perfect child complex thing that I had to kind of work through, even in my adult life and every single day. Like
we talk about all the time.
Yeah.
Like the thing that I still have to get used to, even at this age, is not worrying about taking care of other people's feelings of uncomfortableness about it.
Right.
Because we don't hold hands, we don't do things, and like at the stoplight, if someone can see in our car window, we have to keep holding hands instead of stop holding hands because it makes them feel weird or you know what I mean. So I have to still learn how to stop taking care of other people's feelings for that.
And it's also just conditioning, the way we grew up in the 80s and 90s and all that sort of stuff. And it was so, the thing you didn't do was show your sexuality if you were gay.
Yeah.
But we try to fight that. And
and I've met your father, and he is probably smiling the biggest at your wedding. So clearly very accepting and everything. But
both
with
of
that
them
said,
are. Yeah.
military world you're living in. So I feel like it's compounded as a child.
It totally is. It totally is. And everybody's got those little poles in the ground that they have to hit when you're kind of living that life. And mine was, I'm going to go to the Naval Academy, and after the Naval Academy, I'm going to do this and that and the other. And, and when you're not hitting those flag markers, then, you're like,
You're
I'm
panicking.
disappointing people and all that.
And when you were on these dates, I'm wondering, were you thinking, I'm just going to do this like obligatory dating, so it appears that I'm on the scene and in pursuit of it? Or were you actually like, no, I'm going to have to walk the whole walk and like be with a girl?
I think it was truthfully just getting through the date. You know what I mean? Just getting through it. Did I walk her to the house? Did I walk, open the door for her? All those kinds of gentlemanly things. And it wasn't about anything above and beyond that. It was just trying to be, a nice gentleman.
I guess what I'm wondering is, was your long-term game plan, at some point I'm going to have to get married and fake it?
Right.
Or was it, I'm just going to act like I'm trying to find someone and I'll just never find someone?
I think that's probably the course
Right.
back when. Yeah, it was just, that didn't work out. That I didn't find the right girl.
Right,
It was
right.
always that. It was always that.
And Sean, did you have did you date girls ever?
One in college for 2 seconds.
2 seconds.
Yeah, just to be like, I was just scared.
I'm dating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm dating like
Everybody back
everyone
off.
else.
But no, in camp, at music camp, when I was like 15 years old, I went with remember quotes, went with Mary Beth Rizzo.
Oh.
We kissed, and that was like, and you had to turn your badge upside down, which meant you were taken. And then my family came, but I felt uncomfortable about the whole thing because I felt like it was a lie.
Uh-huh.
But I went through all of that too, kissing girls, and it's just also just the rite of passage. You got to figure out what makes you tick. And for me, it was I made out with tons and tons of girls, and then also went on a lot of dates. And but all of it was never lived sort of in my skin that this was the right thing for me.
Yeah,
I tried, but I couldn't.
Jess talks a lot about something that we're feeling like the world is off limits, because when he came out, it was later, and he can't go up to people and slide his phone number, or like when he would want to hit on someone, or if he would be attracted to someone the way you could when you were straight. And I never even considered that like all this thing that society has about it, that it's still like, be careful about who you are, which doesn't make any sense. But he talks about feeling like the world is off limits because he has to make sure it's a safe spot and that he knows for a fact that person is also gay.
Right.
And I thought, oh my gosh, that's such a heavy load to carry around. And I didn't even consider it.
My first year of college, there was one guy's apartment that he would throw a party every like Thursday, Friday or something. And it was the same 8 or 10 gay guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it was like, that was it.
You went to that party?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it was like, that's who you had to hit on.
The only safe spot.
We're all in one room.
Right.
All 8 of you.
Yeah.
All the eligible bachelors.
Yeah, right.
Oh, man.
Right. And then, then you start.
Isn't it? And it's not just like your experience being gay. It's just, doesn't it ever madden you? It maddens myself that like so much of my current life is still predicted by 6 years of my life. Like 5 years old to 11 years old. I'm still all my programming.
Yeah.
Even with an
That's
awareness of it. I know.
That's where all
But like
kids,
the
we're all
notion,
kids.
yes, that you guys would be in the car and it would even cross your mind like, oh, we're holding hands, that guy can see. It's been decades since you really needed to think that.
I still think it.
I know you do.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, isn't it incredible how profound those early experiences are? You like you can't shake them the rest of your life almost.
Right. I mean, that's the work. That's the work that you're doing right now, right? You have to undo all of the negativity.
Yeah, yesterday we just walked down Larchmont, right? Larchmont here, and we held hands.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I the first thing I always say, I grab his hand and I go, "You nervous?
You nervous? You
right
nervous?
now?
You nervous?
How's it feel? How's that feel?"
I said, look, I'm going to plow through. I'm going to get through it. We have to be okay with it.
And on the outside, to me, it seems like, how could you guys be nervous about that? But of course you are.
Well, because people get beat up and killed
I
for
know.
it.
Yeah, still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
But at
in
the
like
same time,
West
I'm like-
Hollywood. It
Oh, yeah?
still
there's so
happens.
much
There's still
happening
gay
there,
bashing. Not every week, but yeah.
Dina Menzel, my beautiful sister, and again, all roads lead back to Frozen 2, but she wrote
Currently out.
she has a beautiful Christmas album right now that's out, and she wrote, it's fantastic,
It's
right?
always on the Broadway channel, yeah. I
Yeah,
listen to
and
that one.
she wrote a song specifically about this, about people who either spend the holidays alone or don't feel welcome when coming home to a holiday experience. And it's called At This Table. And it's like, at this table, everyone is welcome.
I just heard that
It's
song
beautiful.
today, and it's
really,
fantastic.
really beautiful. And yeah, she co-wrote it, and it's awesome.
It's great. I love that song.
Okay, Mama, I'm just praying you have one more in you.
Okay. Maybe it's much too early in the game. But I thought I'd ask you just the same. What are you doing New Year's Eve? Wonder whose arms will hold you good and tight when it's exactly 12 o'clock at night, welcoming in the new year, New Year's Eve. Maybe I'm crazy to suppose I'd ever be the one you chose. Out of 1,000 invitations you received, case I stand one little chance, here comes the jackpot question in advance. What are you doing New Year's? New Year's Eve. Ah, but in case I stand one little chance, here comes the jackpot question in advance. What are you doing New Year's? New Year's Eve. Yay, I love it.
that.
I
It's
love
like
that
a
song.
soothing cup of hot chocolate.
I don't
It
know
is.
that I rarely hear you in that part of your voice where it's kind of smoky and sultry. It's a little
don't
bit.
Yeah.
sing down.
That's nice.
I don't think I feel very comfortable down there, so I don't do it often. I just stay in the Disney Princess register, but
No, it sounded
Sounds
fantastic.
beautiful.
The DPR.
yeah, the DPR, I like the DPR. Yeah. It's yielded fine results, so.
Yeah, I'll say.
Oh, God
Oh,
bless
good.
you, honey. You really delivered tonight, sweetie. Not surprised. You're very, on top of all the things you listed about the good looks and the comedic talent, the dramatic chops, the singing.
I mean, it's
also, number one, consistent. Take one. I've directed this bitch. Take one. Fucking perfect. Take
Always.
one.
Yep.
Take one, Kristen.
Prepared.
What was it for
I'm
Scotty?
known as Take 9 Sean.
Do me a solid,
Do me
Scotty.
solid, Scotty. Yeah.
Well, guys, Merry Christmas to everybody.
Merry
Merry
Christmas, Happy
Christmas.
Hanukkah, and
Thanks
all of
for
that.
I feel very, very, very lucky of all the many gifts we have in life. I'm not being saccharine or cheesy when I say friendships, 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 the people you're with. Who gives a fuck if you're not with people you love and you're friends with and you love and you respect and you feel that they challenge you and make you rise to be a better person. All these people in my life I'm so grateful for. And you guys, of course, are a pillar of that. So,
Likewise. We love you guys, and thank you for including us
Thank
in
you
your
for having
Christmas
us.
David,
episode.
thank you so much.
Thank
Really
you for having me.
appreciate
Please.
it.
Appreciate it.
Wobby Wob, thank you. Monica, I love you so much.
Love you.
Soulmate.
Love
Very grateful
everyone
for you.
Thank you,
here.
Monica.
Monica, we're sleeping at your house tonight, Monica.
Yay! Sleepover.